Okay, let's take these techniques a little further and show how they are used in machine learning classification. KNN, or K nearest neighbour, is one of the most basic algorithms that can be used in any classification problem. The K in KNN can be any number you want it to be, and it means the amount of neighbours you take into account when you're trying to decide what something is. Think of it as majority rules. The algorithm tells you what something is based on what it's closest to. Let's say we have a point A and a point B, and they are placed somewhere on the screen like so. If we add a new point and we want to know what class it's most likely to be, we would measure the distance between it and the other points around it. If we decide to have k equal to 1, you might see this as 1 and n. Our new point would be classed as A. But if we decided to use 3 and n, it would use the majority rule of what it's closest to. In this case, we are still closest to A, so that's 1 for A. The next closest point is B, and the next closest point after that is another B. So our point becomes B. Okay, let's do a simple example. Let's say I'm a car dealership, and I have been collecting data on all the cars that I am selling. And for some reason, I'm only interested in knowing 3 things about my cars. How expensive they are, how blue they are, and if they sold or not, which I'm going to quantify as 1 or 0. And because I am too lazy to come up with a better example, and I'm already late with this video, I will only measure blueness and expensiveness on a scale of 0 to 10. So you can see price on the vertical axis and blueness on the horizontal axis. So the first instance has a price of 5 and a blueness of 5, and it's sold, so it goes here on my graph at location 5, 5. And I'll mark it as an S. I'll do the same for 6, 4 and 1, 1. On the other hand, we can see sale of 0 for 10, 7 and 8, 6, which means they didn't sell. So how does this help us in our car dealership? Imagine the car manufacturer rings me up and says, "Hey, we have this new car, it just came off the assembly line, you should buy it off us, it's great and you will definitely be able to sell it to someone." So I asked the manufacturer to describe the car in terms of a 2-dimensional feature vector with properties normalised between 0 and 10 of blueness and price, like any normal person would, and naturally because of my personal rapport and my unmatched social skills, he tells me it's 6, 6, and I'll mark it as a question mark here for now. I can use K and N to predict if my car will sell or not. If I use 1 and N, it's a sale because I'm closer to the S here, and if I use 3 and N, well, it's still a sale because the S class is the majority of the closest 3 neighbours. As you can see, K and N is a pretty straightforward concept to understand, but I wanted to make sure to cover it before I start talking about some of the more juicier techniques such as support vector machines, because knowing this will help you understand more complicated techniques later on. Okay, well that's it from me and K and N. Good luck.